Hello there, I'm Nathan Hendricks. I swim in the S13 category for South Africa and I'm visually impaired. When I train, we use tapping for fast sets. Not necessarily aerobic, because then I just do like stroke counts just to help me through. And I can also sometimes see color, so I can see the difference of the color in the lane ropes. So when I see with these lane ropes here, they're yellow. So that's when I can sort of tell when to turn. The challenges I face as a visually impaired person are, there's a T at the bottom of the pool that I can't always see. Especially when I'm going at fast pace, I can't see it at all. So my coach or whoever is there to help me will tap me for racing, because otherwise I won't be able to perfect my turns. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I have to look after my blood sugars, because going to training with a high blood sugar is not fun. It's not comfortable. Going to training with low blood sugars is very dangerous. So it's about keeping those in control and making sure that if I want to achieve excellence, I can't be in high blood sugars and skipping training for it. Number one is my family. They help me deeply. Like, my mom does the cooking for me, which if I didn't have that, I would be struggling a lot. My sister, I have to give thanks, because she had to sacrifice 2 years of her school life, could I say, to help me get to where I want to be. But now she's at school, so she's all happy. My dad helped so much with the finances, especially when it got tough. And Bidvest helped me a lot also with the trip, so I can go swim for South Africa.
The first time I realized Nathan had potential, really, to be a swimmer was in grade 7. Previously, he had struggled to win races at primary school. And I said to him early in primary school, I said to him, Nathan, if you train, you'll win all your races in grade 7. And I was obviously under a lot of pressure for him to win all those races. The previous year he had won 2, and the previous year to that previously he had won 2. But this year he was supposed to win all 4. And when he touched first in all 4 of those races, I realized this boy really is determined and is prepared to put in the hard work. And I think that was my first realization of Nathan's potential, that he is willing to work hard. Well, we as a family have made a lot of sacrifices for him. You know, we were living down in Jeffreys Bay in the Eastern Cape. Abigail was going to school there and doing very nicely at school. I was commuting for business. My business is up in Middelburg. But I always knew that Nathan wasn't swimming enough to be a really competitive swimmer. And I came up for business early 2021. And I said to them, well, find a school that you can swim with while we're up there and we were only going to be there for 2 weeks. And they found the Bidvest school doing a clinic, and they were halfway through their clinic, and Nathan joined them for that. And from swimming 3 to 4 times a week, Nathan was now swimming twice a day, every day, doing 6 kilometers every set. And despite the coach's misgivings, Nathan actually loved it. He lost lots of weight. His body's shape started to change from that moment onwards, and he said, we're not going back to J-Bay. And so we've been in Middelburg ever since then. And so the biggest sacrifice, I think, has been Abigail, because she had to give up her formal schooling to go online.
It normally comes from training, where I say this motto to myself, that when it feels uncomfortable, that's especially the time that you work harder to be able to get better, because you want to be better every day.
Nathan competing at the Olympics there were 2 real defining moments for me. The first moment was when the team was announced at Saskok and the entertainment sang A Million Dreams, and that brought tears to my eyes. And when Nathan walked out onto the pool for his first event in Paris, I thought, well, here is the culmination of a lot of hard work. Well done to my son.
I was super happy. I can't really describe it fully, because it was just overwhelming for me. But I had to prepare myself for the final so I could just do as better.
For me, it was definitely like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I mean, I'd never imagined being there and seeing Nathan walk up there, and it's something that I can't explain, seeing him be there and touching the wall for the first time, and yeah, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It was overwhelming. It was also amazing and incredible. Like, the crowd that was cheering there, never experienced it before. It was just absolutely incredible.
Well, watching Nathan being part of the action, I've realized in this that it's not always in swimming about coming first, second or third, particularly in the development years. I've realized that each person has their own goals they want to achieve, and the phrase PB, personal best, has become a completely new idea to me. I've had other swimmers as for my boys, but PB with Nathan sounded so much more significant. When he swam sub-minute in the 100 fly, then I realized this boy has worked hard and he's learning to enjoy the benefits of it.
For me, off the pool, when I exited the pool, was definitely hearing you made the final. That was an amazing thing to hear. And being in the pool was swimming hard when my body didn't want to go hard, could I say. And achieving the finals too.
For me, it was Nathan's first race. It's definitely like the most important moment, I'd say. We were all watching him swim and screaming our hearts out. And then luckily he was in the second heat, because I don't think I could wait more to see if he was in the finals or not. And then when I saw him make the finals list, I can't explain it. I mean, it's a feeling of proudness and joy and relief, and I just burst into tears there. And that's the moment I realized that everything our family did and sacrificed and helped Nathan with was all worth it.
Well, especially because we bought tickets for the finals for every one of his events. He was under a lot of pressure to make each final.
The most rewarding aspects was definitely when I came back home and seeing all the people that supported me, cheering me on, saying well done, and making all those finals that were really hard to get back into. It made me want to achieve more. I definitely want to get into the medal position so I can come and show them the medal, bring it back to South Africa. It's definitely increased my ambition. To always have a strong mindset in training, that you're training for a purpose, and when you do the things you don't want to do, you do them as you love, like you like them.
Look, I think the most important thing is, he's also aware that there's a cost involved with all this swimming. You're traveling, you're staying over because a gala is 2 or 3 days, and you're staying over one or two nights someplace. You're traveling long distances, and I think Nathan also, his diet, his dietitian, his coach, his biokineticist, all those aspects of his training all add up, and I think there's a lot of pressure on him to perform. And knowing that a company like Bidvest have taken an interest in him, and not only just an interest but a financial consideration as well, I think has been a very, very important part of his confidence and his feeling that he not only can but should succeed.
The Bidvest OPEX Programme sponsored all my trips to go to the competitions, which helped us greatly, especially with finances. I'm super grateful for them for getting me to the competitions to be able to go to the Paralympics as well.
Well, the Bidvest OPEX Programme, we only learnt about it the beginning of 2023, and it was for me as a dad, and really, I was having to find the funding for everything to do all this. By the time he went to Paris, he travelled overseas 4 times with his coach and as much of his family as we could get across there. For me, it was important to realise that there's Bidvest OPEX Programme that is actually a partnership in this, and that was important for me in terms of I didn't feel like I'm alone in this whole thing. And if Nathan's got a problem getting to a swim, I knew that there would be somebody that would help us.
For me, it was there are people that want to help you get to swim and get to compete, which was something that inspired me to do better.
So I think there's 2 ways you can see it. Excellence is either success, I mean you did something great, or it's how you do it. So for Nathan, when he went swimming, he did it in excellence. He didn't, slack off or anything. If he had to sprint, he sprinted. If he had to swim this time, he'd do it. And if he didn't make that time, he'd swim it until he did. So I think from my perspective of excellence, it's how you do it.
For me, it is to get to training, to do things better than the day before, do things better every day so that you can achieve excellence. So next is going to be the South African Swimming Senior Nationals in Gqeberha. That will be the qualifying trials for Worlds next year, which is in Singapore. Yes, so that's what I'm working towards.
Well, with Nathan's next chapter is university and preparing for the LA 28 Paralympics. So I always felt that Paris was going to be like an experience, but he knows it. LA 28, he's under pressure to perform. And so he's, after swimming, there's got to be something. And he's shown some aptitude as well in the academic line. And so he's going to be doing physics at Pretoria University, which I'm very proud of him. The physicists of the world are really what make the world a different place in terms of the imaginative science that they get well. And for my son to be part of that would be a real medal for me. And so that's his job over the next 3.5 years, is to train hard enough to make a medal at LA 28, to make medals at LA 28, and to get his degree in physics.
I'd say that it's about doing what you love. And if you find the sport that you love, carry on doing it, get as far as you can, because you never know where you'll be in the future for it.
To encourage other families who might be like ours. When Nathan's eyesight started to get bad and we realized that he could swim, I said to him, my son, I can't think of anything that can compensate you for the loss of your eyesight. But if you can make use of the opportunity and compete at an Olympic level, maybe one day come home with a gold medal or silver medal or bronze medal, it would be a little compensation for you. And I'd like to encourage any other people out there that might have a similar difficulty, is that, set yourself targets and set yourself goals and have a dream. It might sound a bit cliche, but have a dream and then work hard at achieving that dream. But as a family, it's very, very rewarding.
So for starters, I think if you do have a sibling that's, like Nathan, and he's making it to the Paralympics, there's definitely no chance that your parents love him more. I mean, my parents always support me and give me the same amount of love for him. And you can't think that just because he's doing something like that, you need to do something like that. Because, we're all just human. And also, if you love your sibling, you do anything for them. Also your family, you do anything for them. And it's just, if you support them and you don't use, you sacrificing something as blackmail or against them, and you support them and you love them and you dream the dream with them, it's like 10 times more rewarding to see him actually make it, because it's not only him that made it. Yes, swimming's a one person sport, but he had a team, and it's not just his physio or his biokineticist, it's the family as well. So it's not just him doing it, you're doing it with him.
During the Paralympics, we were on so many social media platforms, and all, without exception, all my friends and his friends, his swimming colleagues and his coaches, they were amazingly supportive, and they were all watching. And sometimes, it's quite a late swim because, although Paris was the same time frame, they were all watching, and they were sending words of encouragement and words of pride of being to know him and to know how hard he's worked to get to what he's done. So we're very thankful for that support from his coach down to his sister, down to his fellow colleagues. When he came back from the Paralympics, he brought so many mementos to hand out to his special friends. And I'm sure he didn't have as many as we would like to have brought back. But of course, the Euro rand is not easy.
So number one is definitely my family. My mom for doing the cooking that I could not do. Always brought a smile to my face when I ate her food. My sister for sacrificing 2 years of her school life for me to achieve my goals. My dad for supporting me with the finances to be able to do swimming and get the equipment necessary for it. My coach for also being at training, always supporting me and trying to let me do my best at training. And then the Bidvest OPEX Programme for supporting me through my career to get me to all the trips and so on. Thank you very much.